here also today. And that one scheme which has helped in this is the Udan scheme. Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. This was a brainchild of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who wanted to push lot of activity in civil aviation, and under his guidance we started the Udan scheme. It was a revolutionary scheme, and in the last 8 years through the Udan scheme we had 1 crore 50 lakh people traveling in 619 routes. So it was very successful for us. Now we thought more people are coming in. We are trying to take feedback from the passengers also what is more required. So one thing we continuously received was to have some reasonable prices, some items available at the airports also. So we took that feedback and we created Udan Yatri Cafe today. The first one we started in December, in the month of December in Calcutta airport. And it was a huge success till now. And from the initiation till now, if you see, every day almost 35,000 per day sales have been happening there. And what is special about this Udan Yatri Cafe is that we have kept 5 or 6 items which are available there. Water bottle for 10 rupees, tea coffee for 10 rupees, samosa for 20 rupees, and any other sweet. If it is here, then sweet of the day, some speciality which is local variety, that also for around 20 rupees we want to sell it to the passengers. Because we feel nobody should be hungry at the airport just because the prices are high or prices are not reasonable. So we thought this will be a great initiative. Now that Udan has come in, after Udan scheme has come in, you have seen that a lot of middle class, lower middle class are also preferring to travel by air. So we thought we have to connect it much more way. We have to offer them more services also at the airport. And this has been my priority. After taking charge as Civil Aviation Minister, I've said that continuously at the core of all my policy making, I'll keep passengers in the thought process. Whatever they require, whatever their feedback is, we'll take it seriously and we'll try to implement in our policy making. And through that process, we have started this Udan Yatri Cafe. And in the last 2 months, once we started in Kolkata, it has generated a lot of positive buzz also around it. And more people were asking, like, when is it going to come to our airports? So once we finished Kolkata, we thought, where else should we start it? We thought it should be in Chennai only. So Chennai, we have started the second one. Already we see that there is a lot of positive buzz around it. And we are going to launch many more in the coming future also. And we want to see that every airport has this kind of stall in the future. So one by one we are going to start. Today we have started another one, and very happy to be starting it here in Chennai. And other than that, there is a lot of activity happening in the Chennai airport also. If you see, it is the 4th largest airport for us, and for AI also very important airport for the Airport Authority of India. It is like the gateway of the East Chennai. So definitely we have to put a lot of focus on more development of this airport. And previously, the airport, the terminal that we are sitting in right now has been inaugurated by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. And we are trying to build another terminal also. This was supposed to be T2 Phase 1. Now T2 Phase 2 is also under construction, and we want to finish it as soon as possible. We have T1, we have T4, which is also handling domestic passengers. And presently, we are trying to enhance the capacity. Right now, we have around 22 million annual capacity, which is handling, and we can run up to 35. We have the opportunity to take it up to 35. So we have to seamlessly do the efficient construction of the other terminal buildings and operations, so that more passenger capacity can be handled from the Chennai airport. And on behalf of that, we are continuously in discussion with the state government also. Whatever we require, we are in constant touch, and we believe that we will get the support, because this is not an area for politics, this is for public development. And ultimately, if you see the airport operations grow, then it has a direct correlation with the economic activity of the city also. Wherever you have better airports, wherever you have better connectivity, where you have better connections, there the city also grows, the tourism activity grows, lot of trade, commerce, everything grows. So with that process, we are going to keep Chennai airport as a topmost priority from our side, and we are going to ensure that in future also, any issues that come up here are going to be tackled on a real-time basis. Yeah, now you can ask for it. Yes. So Parandur airport, which is supposed to be the second airport for Chennai city, has been under discussion for quite some time. The site clearance was applied first. So we have done the site clearance. We have given the approval for site clearance. And in the second stage, which is the in-principle approval, the state has again sent it for the in-principle approval, and we have done the thorough consultation on that. And in the nearby time, within a week or two, we are following the due process. So in Delhi itself, we'll have one special meeting for the in-principle approval, and after the process, we are going to give the approval. So it is very much in process.
Bilateral Assams agreement, Bengaluru Airport has been prioritized over Chennai. Specifically in the agreement, revised agreement with Vietnam, Chennai was removed and Bengaluru was added. What were the criteria used to make this decision, given Chennai international traffic and economic importance? Which steps are being taken to include around other airports like Trichy in future agreements?
I'm exactly not aware of this issue, but generally once a point of call is given, we don't remove it from the services. Now you have asked a very specific question. I have to check up on this. I don't want to give any wrong data or wrong comment on this. But like I said, Chennai is a very important city in the country itself, like gateway to the east. So definitely if there is any removal, we'll see how to get it back. But the other thing is, point of call might be there, the connectivity would have stopped. The airlines would have preferred to go there. If that is the case, then we'll ask the airlines also to start it again. So we'll have to check up on that.
Nearest station place வந்து அதிகமா இருக்கு flightல 18,000 அத கொஞ்சம் கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணலாமா பேசஞ்சருக்கு
now
திருச்சி சென்னை 20,000 place rate
flight rates okay, if we have more connectivity then the rates will come down. So if you are seeing slightly increase, then the demand is more there, so we'll need to have more connectivity and we'll advise the airlines to connect more cities.
At festival time also ticket prices increase.
Yes. So right now the way our ticket fare system works is it is according to the demand only. If there is a lot of demand, then automatically some price raise. We are trying to sensitize the airlines and all to keep it reasonable, because internationally, if you see all countries, they have kept it open only. There is no regulation of airfares anywhere, because we want the competition to play in. It ultimately has to be an advantage for the passenger who is traveling. But in cases where we see a hike, like recently in Kumbh time also, there was a little hike. Then we called in the airlines, we sensitized them that this is not the way to go. We have to keep it moderated at a certain price. So they have also agreed and they have done some changes from their side. We want the competition to also be there and prices also to be very affordable. So we are continuously discussing with the airlines to ensure that that stays during festivals also.
The Union Minister someone has complained about the lack of poor quality in aviation. What is PPC standing on this?
No, that incident immediately I have also spoken to Shivrajji and found out what exactly happened, and based on his comments, then we have told the DGCA to investigate into the incident, what exactly happened on the flight, and what was wrong with the seat and everything. So they are going to prepare a report, and based on the report, if we see that any wrongdoings or anything which was not done properly from this thing, then we'll see according to procedure what action we have to take, we'll take.
Interested in new airport setting up also.
State government. Not the central government, state government.
Your approval is must.
Yeah, approval should be taken.
So you were interested in Hosur? Because
No, state government has sent for this thing, site clearance right now. They have not sent yet. So it is not, state government has to take the initiative, they have to send it. They have asked for pre-feasibility right now. Yeah.
That is for the state government.
See, for us, if you ask us, central government is wanting to have more airports in the country. And we are not the ones selecting where it should be. It is the state government which is proposing, we want an airport here. Like I've told, when it comes for site clearance, the state itself asks that this is the site we have selected. Can we build an airport here or not? Then we go into studying the feasibility of it. The operations, the navigation, the technical study, that is what we do. It is not we telling them that this is where you have to construct the airport. So any issue related to the land lies with the state government itself. So wherever they show us the land, we do the feasibility study. If it goes through it, then we tell that this is good for building an airport, and we give the comments to the state government itself.
For a long time, Terminal 3, for a long time, finish the Terminal 3.
Terminal 3, very rightfully. What is the completion time? March 26. We'll complete. Yes. March 26.
What is your opinion, sir? Can you just highlight what is the status of the privatization of airports, which has been going on for, I think, 11 or 13 airports have been identified?
No, earlier, before the general elections, one proposal was given, and it is there with the cabinet itself. Cabinet still has to decide on these 11 airports, and it is lying at that stage.
And when you're talking about the Chennai airport, the biggest complaint has been that there are some petty issues going to the parking place, things like that. How do you sort out, because that seems to be the biggest issue, and even today if you look at the social media, people keep talking about not access to where we have to walk for a long time. So how do you plan to address those issues?
Yeah, very good. So we have one review meeting also here, and the main reason for me to come here and review is to find out these petty issues only, because for passengers they are the most priority issues. We want very comfortable and convenient travel for the passenger right from parking to boarding. So any small issue that is being flagged by any passenger, we are going to take it very, very seriously. And in the review meeting also, all these issues I am going to discuss. And even if it is the smallest of the issue, we are going to ensure that we find a solution for it. And like I said, if there is anything with the state government, we would request their support also in getting it done. Otherwise, from our side, we can confidently say that if there is anything from airport side that we have to do, we will ensure that it is 100% done. That is the commitment we'll show. No, we have invited the state government. I think Mr. Raja is representing them.
As far as Parandur is concerned, when it comes to the site itself, in your reviews and in your consultations, did it feature that this is very close to a strategic naval airbase which operates manned and unmanned aircraft and in quite large numbers? So, how much of a consideration is that?
Yeah, so whenever we do this feasibility study, we take into account what are the other airports or nearby airports and the airspace, how it is being utilized. It can be defense or other regular airports also. So once we take clearance from all the surrounding areas and the other operation operators, only then we give the site approval. So the consultation was all done with them, their approval was taken, and that was included.
Privatization, in fact, one of the things which worried a lot of people here is maybe after this, all the construction is over, Chennai may be given to a private sector. And that
Chennai is not there, don't worry.
What is your opinion about privatization airport?
See, we have seen that when there is privatization, there is some improvement in the services also. So we are trying to work out a model, balance it between this. And the second thing is that there is a inflow of investment. And right now we have seen that we are trying to build more airports. Now for Airport Authority of India, we are building airports in these locations where there is no viability. So it is a lot of burden for Airport Authority of India also. And if you want to give that kind of push, now the air travel is increasing, like I said. Passenger capacity needs to be increased. And when there is a stress financially, it helps a little bit when you are trying. It's not exactly privatization. We are just leasing the operations of the airport. The land is still with the central government only. We only have the land. It is just the operations for a certain period of time. We are telling that someone will come in and will do the operations there. And in that, if he can bring in more money to give better services, it ultimately helps the passenger only.
Will it happen there? Will the same happen to Chennai? Once these happen, you will probably, like a landlord port, you give it to the private operator to operate. Is that what?
No. This one we are keeping it very close to our heart. We want to better the services here ourselves only. So we are trying to do our best in Chennai Airport.
Sir, and one thing.
We are trying to see, because we feel there is a lot of potential for the Chennai Airport. Whatever area is available within the airport structure, we are trying to see how we can build a little more terminal capacity there. For the time being, the T3 or Terminal 2 Phase 2, that is under construction now. That is going to add some capacity. Now T1 and T4, which are existing. We are trying to enhance that also. Any small addition that we can do, we are trying to enhance whatever little land is available, because this is a very locked place right now, all from all sides. You can't really go for expansion much. But whatever is available, and technically wherever we can build, we are trying to look into that capacity. With that only, we might go up to 35 million. Yeah. Yes. Based on experience, it becomes very difficult to remove the experience, because there have been constructions for a long time and it becomes a challenge. So we take a very practical approach. Your comment is very right in the sense wide body aircrafts can't land through one runway. So we are trying to streamline the operations. How do we use both the runways so that arrival, departures, everything can happen seamlessly? So the main runway itself will cater for departures or landing of this big aircraft. Smaller narrow body, we can try to operate on the other one also. So we are trying to integrate both the runways in the existing way only. If it gets cleared, if the obstacles get cleared, and it's a very good thing for all of us. But sometimes you have to think practically, it becomes a challenge. Most of the places we try to consult the state government for this, and they become like endless discussions only.
So there have been many flights crash in internationally recently. What will do increase flight safety in India?
So first of all, I'm happy there is nothing happening in India. We are very safe here. Safety and security is a topmost priority for us. We have very strong systems. That is what I mean to say. Internationally, when some of these incidents happen, our team immediately consults their investigation agency and gets the report. Once their report is ready, they get it and they see what went wrong in that incident. Based on that incident, if there is any aircraft problem or any operation problem which we can try to learn from, they immediately take action, and in the existing systems, they try to better our systems also.
Because
so,
many Boeing
I know. So first responsibility in these incidents is the local investigation agency. They have to investigate and provide a report. Once that is done, because it is their area, they use their own standards and procedures. So they have to give us a report on what went wrong. Once that report is given, our systems, we see that is it something where we can do something better, then we try to integrate in our systems also. So at the moment, we can say that Indian civil aviation sector is a very safe and secure travel. क्या हुआ?
वियतनाम वाले ने पहले वियतनाम में मांगा था कि चेन्नई कलकत्ता से स्वैप किया था बेंगलुरु हैदराबाद। इस अक्टूबर में जो गए थे तो चेन्नई कलकत्ता ऐड हुए, अब 6 हो गए हैं।
Point of call for Vietnam.
वियतनाम 6 हो गए हैं।
Sure.
हाँ, I spoke to Assam. अक्टूबर में when they went, चेन्नई कलकत्ता।
So Chennai, Calcutta have been added to Vietnam. We just found out. So it is there. Very soon we'll try to start. Yes.
You were talking about Udan, but we see Tamil Nadu airports like Coimbatore. What has been the response? We see not many takers for these airports, and also a lot of development works in some of these airports in Tamil Nadu seems to be losing space.
The Puthiyathalaimurai airport and Salem airport, which is happening, the flight services are only to what about the Udan team? It's not that is relevant, not that
See, first of all, Coimbatore is a very high demand airport, like lot of activity happening there, and we wanted to improve the operation, so we have requested the state government for some land. They have also agreed recently to provide it. So once that is done, we will go for expansion. Then more aircrafts and more activity can happen from there. Then if you come to RCS Udan scheme, we have developed 3 airports, Neyveli, Salem and Vellore. So Salem already some are happening. The way Udan is designed is that wherever there are these underserved and unserved airports, where very minimum activity or no activity is happening, there we provide the viability gap funding so that we can kickstart the operations. And that is done for 3 years. We believe that once you start happening this activity, more airlines will come in and cater for the demand. And we have seen that that has been instrumental in these areas where low activity is there. Now, some of the feedback that we got, like still there needs to be more done through Udan scheme. In the extended scheme, recently in the budget also, Honorable Finance Minister has extended, given a statement that we are going to extend the Udan scheme for another 10 years. In that Udan scheme, we are going to have these kind of small changes where some better activity we can propose through the scheme. We are still under the proposals, we are still thinking of how the Udan scheme should be. But definitely we will see that more activity in these low activity areas happens in the future. And Vellore already final stages, it's in the final stages. Already one airline has come in that we are going to start from Vellore to Chennai. So we are just waiting for the operational license. Once that is done, we can see that the connectivity will start. Salem we are trying right now, but I'll make an open appeal to anyone who is trying to set up an FTO. Please come forward. We are trying to facilitate actually. All over the country there is a high demand for pilots right now. Vellore also is a good this thing, because where there is low operations, then alternatively these can be facilitated. Otherwise, running the commercial operations and FTO gets a little difficult. So wherever there are these low operation areas, there FTO setting up an FTO is very good. So. No, fees is a very separate, completely separate issue. Fees, most of it is being the fuel only. They have to do certain number of hours for completion of the pilot license, and the fuel cost itself is so high in doing those hours, so that gets included. But we are going to think about more ways so that it gets more accessible. But at the moment, we see that it is a market-driven thing only. It is not as such that it's high or low. It's a market-driven thing. I think right now we are doing that. T4 is completely Air India in their team. Here Indigo, T1 we have Indigo, SpiceJet and Akasa. This terminal is operating international. So we have distributed in such a way that little efficiently we can do the operations. In fact, AI's job is for the airport side only, infrastructure wise. From the ministry, we are saying, I've given a personal statement that this is going to be a very important airport for us, and we'll do whatever necessary it is to improve the operations, especially the air connectivity internationally. We feel there is a lot of potential here, and for that we have to speak to the airlines more than the AI. It is the airlines which has to come forward and to offer that connectivity. If Europe, there is a proper demand from here, we are going to sit with the airlines and we will propose that you better start some connections from here.
Sir, your comment about the ongoing delimitation road that's been going on. You're coming from Andhra Pradesh as well. We had the Chief Minister also commenting on it last month ago about like how the controlling the family population will have an impact on the number of people. What is your comment about it?
No, this is a political thing, so it's going to be a party line only, and our sir has been clear that there has to be justice done to everyone, and we are coordinating with the concerned, speaking to the respective Niti Aayog and all these people on how justice can be done. So we are hoping that everything will happen smoothly. Delimitation. No, cargo also. Yeah, so here one thing is cargo depends again upon the connectivity only. If you have better connectivity from here, cargo can go in the same plane, belly cargo. So that connectivity is again, the cargo is again related to that connectivity. More better connectivity, better cargo. Other than that, these local infrastructure for cargo. If there is any improvement required in that step, then we are going to do it. And again, in the budget, Honorable FM has said that we have to improve air cargo services. Let it be warehousing or streamlining the process and any other infrastructure that is needed. So with a special plan, we are going to improve the cargo operations. We are going to study the Chennai airport cargo operations, and anything required from infrastructure side, we are going to give. Rest, if you want to improve on sending it to other parts of the world and the country, you should have better connectivity, and like I said, that depends on the airlines, and we are going to speak to them.
Electronic cluster being so active here,
Yes.
I think that is one of the biggest concerns these people are saying.
No, in fact, this Apple, Foxconn, there, it's happening from Chennai only, and they had some issues, and we settled it, and now it is happening seamlessly from here. So issue by issue, if there is anything that is coming up to us, we are facilitating. We want more cargo to happen, and Chennai that way is a very good hub for the industrial production also, and we are going to see that seamlessly in the future also it's going to happen.
Sir, final one more question, sir. Day by day,
Let the lady
Chennai
finish.
developing. CSF increase, any idea? CSF come on.
CISF. CISF again is based on the operations. If more CISF is required, here, not much is there. We'll just verify that. In the review, I'll just ask.
Sir, just last thing, just adding to what he said. Sir, the main issue is many of them are saying the clearances take time. So they go to Bangalore, again come back here, and then,
Which clearances? Cargo clearance. Yes, yes. Good point. Yeah, I'm happy that you have done very good homework. So the transit, what happens domestically when there is a transit of the cargo, if this is going from, it has to go to Europe and it's going to another domestic destination, there is a small challenge that it is getting rechecked there. We feel that can be avoided. So we are in the consultation process. Once that process is taken out of this thing, then there is a very smooth way of things. Then it can travel from here only without any other. We are in the process of getting it done. No, not ground handling. Huh? Three ground handling are there.
Chennai airport does not have a dedicated business unit, unlike many private airports. And the thing is, since
Business unit in the sense?
development unit, BD.
क्या है बताओ क्या है what is it?
Sir, business development is how to enhance the commercial business of the state.
Why is it not there
We
here?
are having at CHQ. Headquarter about the strategy है ना sir actually.
नहीं और कहीं पे है anywhere else? नहीं कहीं पे नहीं, there is no
हमारे headquarter में भी है.
headquarter में है. No, it's not there anywhere else. Railways probably.
ஒரே கொஸ்டின் அது பேசஞ்சர் ரீஃபண்ட் டிக்கெட் இண்டிகோல ரீஃபண்ட் பண்ண பிறகு டிக்கெட்டுடைய ரீஃபண்ட் வந்து வெரி டிஃபிகல்ட் பேசஞ்சர் நீங்கள் ஏதாவது ஆக்ஷன் எடுக்கிறாங்க ரீஃபண்ட் டிக்கெட் கேன்சலேஷன் ரீஃபண்ட் டிக்கெட் இண்டிகோ
Refund, they are not giving refund? Or?
சார் நாட் getting it.
Sir, you give me your complaint, I'll talk to them right now only. We'll get it sorted.
Sir, Amit Shah yesterday said no parliamentary constituency will be inferior to the southern state. What is your opinion?
I didn't prepare for that. Next time we'll see. Now if I say anything else, no, that will become priority. Airport will all become backseat.
Staying with Indigo, they are monopoly kind of a situation. Others are also trying to catch up, but not able to match. Is there from the government side how to improve the situation in terms of
See, which is why we are.
because obviously we are seeing a global challenge also in terms of the fresh flights coming into India. In this kind of a situation, where do you see this monopoly?
In fact, see, one of the reasons, according to me, is the kind of investment that is required to start an airline and to run airlines. There's a high investment area. And banks are also not too cooperative in this, considering the business, the volatility in the aircraft business. So that becomes a challenge for new players to come in. But from our side, from the ministry, we want more players to be there, more airline operators to be there. So any challenges when they face, we try to handhold them to ensure that they continue their business. That is one. Second, after the Udan scheme has come in, a lot of the small players have come in. Fly Big, Star Air. So a lot of these small players having 10 aircrafts, 5 aircrafts, they are coming in now. So we see that there is an opportunity here, and we are, whenever these new operators are asking for license and everything, we have streamlined it and making it more easier for more people to come in. And I am also advocating that this is the time where you can start a new airline in the country, because there is a lot of space. the demand is there. Now if you see with the airports and the demand that is there, more airlines can come in. The existing ones are not able to cater also. So 1700 planes are there under order. So you can imagine how much potential is there in the country. So we are going to ensure furthermore that if anyone wants to come into this business, we are going to handhold them and ensure that they start their operations. Leasing, that is leasing, because their demand is so high, they are not able, the manufacturer is not able to give at that pace, so they are leasing from other people, and that is one process that is happening right now across the world, where leasing is going on in aircraft because of the high cost of investment, high investment for buying an aircraft. No, through the process, making it more easier through the permissions and all, just making them more comfortable. No, VGF and all, no, not. VGF only for the routes we have this Udan scheme, and we are keeping it very restricted to that area. I don't know. Very tricky question you have asked. But if that is the case, see, once in a while we also see in the news these kind of incidents happening, and we try to better our systems also, security systems. It is not a very good situation to have these kind of incidents happening. So from our side, if there is any security lapse or if there is any lapse in the operations, then we try to better them up, and we want to ensure that no, this kind of activity doesn't happen from this airport in the future.
Any particular pattern that was happening?
Not particular pattern we haven't studied any pattern. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir, for our grand leader, Mr. Anna. Thank you.
Your age?
78.
Coffee shop. Please arrange it.
No, Udan Cafe, we didn't call them. They were supposed to
We'll share the pictures.
You share the pictures and you leave them so that they can just go and take some testimonials of that area. Who is taking it?
Visuals. We are giving.
No, visuals, video also they leave. PR, you know. Who is handling PR?
I'll just connect with them.
No, this is very important. That's the reason we have come here. You are handling?
We need visuals more than pictures.
Who is handling?